Alright guys, today we have something new to check out. This game has been out for a bit, but I'm pretty sure when it first came out this was a street bike game only, and just recently, not very long ago, they added in the dirt bikes here, the Supercross track, the enduro track. Supermoto is in the game. I'm not sure if that was in the game from the beginning, but it is now. And we are playing in first person. We do have third person to show you. We do have enduro to show you. We have a bunch of stuff, and this is time attack. A lot of stuff to go over. My opinions about the game are probably different than most people's will be, but the first person, the reason we start with first person is because two reasons. One, I felt like it was easier to play in first person. The bike, once you kind of get used to it, it felt easier to straighten the bike out and hit stuff straight on, you know, not be jumping from side to side, and just have a better idea of how fast you should be going, because there is some line choice on the track. It is very easy to over jump or under jump, and it is kind of a simulator. Okay, so you can set the bike up, you can get chassis damage, you can crash. Now there is something kind of cool about the crashing. We will show you and talk about that here in a second. But the other reason in first person, the first person is better, is because third person is ugly. Okay, it doesn't look good. It isn't eye candy. It looks really bad, but the game is actually kind of fun. I bought the game a few weeks ago, a month ago, and never played it. We had a bunch of other stuff going on and never had time to get to try it out. Well, I had some time, and here we go. I played it for like 2.5, 3 hours, and had a great time. Time attack is cool because it's not new, but the way you do time attack is you run the track, you get a lap, and then it sets you up against the next higher lap time. So you're always racing against someone that is similar in speed, and you stay on the track and ride until you either beat it or decide to give up, basically. And we actually got good enough at the game. We ran a 7th fastest lap time, boys. We are 7th fastest on this track. Pretty crazy. Okay, here's a bug. There are some bugs in the game where you fall over on the track and the bike just gets stuck. The bike, everything, not everything, but a bunch of stuff have bugs, but the game was still fun. You can't whip. All the control is bound to the left thumbstick, unfortunately, but after you get used to it, it isn't so bad. The bike does feel heavy. It kind of reminds me of Supermoto from Ride 2. It kind of reminds me of that. The way it controls, the way it feels, it's a bit heavy, but not so heavy I didn't like it. The bike is very slippery. You have to brake early. If you brake too hard, the bike goes down, you slide off the track, so you have to brake a bit early. You saw we have first person, third person. You can't really whip. The bike does get out of control pretty easy, but once you figure it out, it isn't so bad. The way the game plays, there is some line choice. You can go for the bigger line, or you can, you know, check up and hit the smaller line. You can wheelie pretty easy. What else? I mean, it's weird, but it's fun. This section for line choice, you can double and then triple, and it's weird because when you hit that, I could never quite double into the corner, and when I did that enough, I would get chassis damage. So I don't know if I said it, but you can set the bike up. You have to sit and stand on the bike. You have to shift, obviously. Maybe there is options to not do that, but it is kind of a sim. The bike, sometimes the bike makes a weird, again, why I think the bike was made for, or the game was made for street bikes, because the back end will start sliding around and you hear like rubber on asphalt. It's really weird. So the physics kind of are made for street bike, I think, and so that maybe is why it's weird on the dirt bike. But this is cool. So if you crash, you have to get back up. You have freedom of the rider to move them around. We're just kind of showing you that here. It is a bit robotic, but still pretty cool. You have to pick the bike up, lean it up, and then press Y to start it back up and get going. So I know LCQ Studios had the plan to do that for years, and I think he still wants to do that, but to see it implemented in a game is cool. So you kind of have an idea of maybe what that will be like for LCQ Studios, but cool to see it. It is a bit robotic, but a cool idea. The rider, his arms are just too skinny. The legs are too wide on the bike. Again, I think it's the same rider model they have to use for the street bike. So obviously the bike is wider. The gear, he has like knee pads like for dragging a knee. We do have a motocross helmet, which is good. I mean, there's stuff like that that needs work, and it is a bit early, so I mean they might change it, but I feel like they're limited with what they can do with the physics and the way the rider is and whatnot, because the way they built the physics was for the street bike, right? So I don't know, it was shocking. I had a great time. Again, 7th fastest lap time in the world. We're so fast. We're so good. We're so good at this game. Just joking, but yeah, seriously, we did hit 7th fastest lap because I was having a blast. I played on this track. Like I said, I played for 2.5 to 3 hours, and most of the time was on the Supercross track here in first person, third person. This is our fast lap. This is our 49.483. That was our fastest lap, our best lap. I just show you a few decent ones we had here. The time attack challenge, the way you race against the next fastest lap time, was a pretty cool idea. It was really fun. I didn't check out the rest of the game. I don't know what kind of customization there might be for the gear or what the Supermoto was like. Just the Supercross. I mean, we became Supercross pros after playing, and it isn't eye candy. First person actually looks and plays pretty good. Don't have too much problem with it there, but third person, the rider model needs some help. The physics, I don't know. They need help, but I just don't think they can do too much with the physics because of it being more of a street bike game. I guess I don't have as big of a problem with that because, again, there is some line choice. This is the Enduro, and it is difficult, but it was fun. I had fun. I had a ton of fun. Now, am I saying go buy the game? I don't know. That's kind of up to you. It's 20 bucks on Steam. I don't have a problem with it. I think it's worth the 20 bucks, but I didn't even play the street bike side, so I think you probably would have to enjoy the street bike stuff or wait and see if they decide to add more Supercross tracks or Enduro tracks. The Enduro was fun, but it was very, very difficult. I had a very tough time on this, but let me know in the comments if you played this game, if you have tried it, what you think about it, what you think about it after seeing it. It may not look great, but I'm telling you, it was fun. Doesn't mean you'll have fun. I had fun. So it's not a review saying go buy it. It's a review solely based off of how I felt. But yeah, pretty cool, pretty fun. Curious to see. It will be worth checking the game out in the future to see what they do and if they can improve it or add stuff. But you guys and girls are absolutely amazing. Thank you so much for the support on the channel lately. It really does mean a lot. And until the next video, take it easy.